Holy crap. E3? For real? Did I hear that right? How long has it been since we had a legit E3? Feels like forever. It's so exciting that things are finally starting to get back to normal. I'm expecting so much, Nintendo. Don't you dare disappoint me. If each developer doesn't take full advantage of this huge event, then I think we can label them as, well, not too smart. There are going to be so many eyeballs on this event. Me specifically, I'm actually looking forward to two major things. One is what in the world Square Enix is going to do, because they have been very quiet. And honestly, Square Enix is my second favorite developer. So I'm gonna have my eyeballs on them, but more specifically, curious on what Nintendo has in store for E3, and specifically geared towards Zelda. I mean, let's be honest, that's all I really care about. I'm Drock, and today I'd like to share my predictions of what Nintendo is going to unveil to us at E3 this year. So let's get the most obvious thing out of the way. They obviously have to give us more juiciness on Skyward Sword HD. I mean, up to this point, all the information that we have gotten is of the updated graphics, the amiibo that literally people made it seem like that was the biggest issue that's ever been done, it's ever been created, and it's quite honestly got blown out of proportion in my opinion. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And of course, they talked about the button-only controls. Now, I don't think I'm missing anything. I mean, other than that, there really hasn't been any other info on the Skyward Sword HD remaster. Trust me, man, there is going to be more that is going to be involved with Skyward Sword HD. The reason why I say this is let's just take a look back at the history of the remakes that Nintendo has done. Ocarina of Time had so many changes to it, but the main one that was extremely obvious to me and was super cool was allowing the Iron Boots to be an equipable item. I remember so heavily that's what made the water temple so tedious and just not fun to play, is that you had to keep pausing and going into the item inventory and unequipping it and then equipping it and then unequipping it. You know what I mean? That's everybody has the same complaint, and I agree. But they fixed that in the 3D version. So super cool, and thank you, Nintendo. Majora's Mask had a drastic change as well with the swimming of the Zora Mask. This is just one of the things they changed, and depending on your opinion, this was either amazing or a completely crappy change, if we're being honest. What else? Twilight Princess had the Cave of Ordeals. I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. Wind Waker had a lot of changes as well. The Swift Sail, the quest at the end of the game with the Triforce pieces being cut literally in half. That was super awesome. I remember that being pretty tedious as well. Look, my point here is that there's going to be more to be excited about with the HD remaster of Skyward Sword. It's just something Nintendo has done so many times in the past. Why would they not do it again? Their track record is just against them here. Do you remember that bundle that Nintendo did way back on the GameCube? What were the games? I believe it was Zelda 1 to Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, a demo of Wind Waker. I think that was it. Let me know in the comments what I missed for sure. But I mean, look at what they did with Mario All-Stars. I think this is they're going to be doing the same thing here. Ocarina of Time HD, Majora's Mask HD, Twilight Princess HD, Wind Waker HD, all in one cartridge. Mind-blowing, right? I don't know about you, but as a Zelda fan, this would definitely satisfy me, even if they do decide to jack up the price. Hey, if all these games are on one single cartridge, honestly, I think whatever price they decide on would be justified. Just being able to play all of these games right on the Switch, it would be amazing. It'd be super cool. Now, the other possible bundle could be just the Hero of Time games, which would include a fully remade HD version of Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. This has been a rumor going around the Zelda community forever, and my friend Jesse from Game Over Jesse has some amazing videos on that. But to get to the point of the matter, how epic would it be to have these games remade again, but this time in full HD on the Nintendo Switch? I think this is a far shot in my personal opinion, and I honestly think they're just going to port over the 3D versions of the two games. But man, wouldn't it be nice? I mean, in my opinion, they are two of the best games in the series. Lastly, I think you and I can agree that the name of Breath of the Wild 2 just needs to be revealed, and I think this is something that is going to happen at E3. Then Nintendo dishes it out. How they dish it out, I'm not sure, but I have a pretty strong feeling that this is going to happen. I mean, quite honestly, that's all I want. Just give me a name to call this masterpiece. I am literally so sick and tired of referring to this game as Breath of the Wild 2, or the sequel to Breath of the Wild. I get why Nintendo has been holding off on revealing anything major on the game. I mean, specifically giving us the title of the game actually gives a lot away if you think about it. I guess it just depends on what the name actually is. If it's something like Breath of the Wild, for example, I mean, that really doesn't tell us anything, if you get what I'm saying. However, if it's like some of the rumors I've been hearing, I'm not going to go into any of that, but yeah, let's just say the title is an extremely important thing to anyone and anything, not just in games in general. And I mean, again, I get that, but still, Nintendo, give me an update on this game. If not the title, maybe a release window, release date, maybe, I don't know. Give me something. If you found value here today, click on this video here to dive into more Zelda content on the channel. Continue to be the light, and remember, it's dangerous to go alone. Much peace and love. Come on, let's go and nerd out on some more Zelda.